Hey everybody on Facebook, it's Jardin Ratzken, the king of deals. Just wanted to let you know this is going to be video number 2, and we had a few issues with the first video. I emailed it to everybody, and I guess half the people couldn't open it up with the Flash player. So I used my expertise through YouTube. I downloaded it, and now everybody can click on my link. No problems at all. So just wanted to give you today's topic. It's going to be on how to purchase a home, and also I know I mentioned we're going to have a raffle. So basically, the way to get in the raffle is ask one of your friends, your good friends on Facebook. Ask them if they have a great realtor that they have a connection to, that they refer business to. If they do not, add them as a friend, and they'll be in the raffle for a $25 gift card, as well as yourself. And also, 3 times a year, I'm going to have a free vacation to Rocky Point, 2-night stay, and also all-inclusive at my house. This is Mike, my brother. He just got in the real estate business about 3 months ago. He's doing a great job. He's helping all his friends find rentals for ASU and helping their parents buy property for their children that go to college, because basically what you're paying for rent, you could own now, and actually less. So we're going to start off by talking about how to purchase a home, because many of you may own a home already, or many of you may not own a home, and we just want to give you an idea, of the entire process. And Mike over here, he's going to ask me some questions, and we're going to go from there. All right, Mike.
So the first question that I got was, if I'm a college student, how do I buy a home?
How do you buy a home as a college student? Well, actually, today's market, everybody says, it's tough to get a loan and, the credit crisis. But the bottom line is they're actually the banks are lending to people that are, qualified. College students these days, they don't have money, but what they may have is credit. The best thing to do as a college student is to open up a credit card. After about 6 months to 12 months, you'll establish credit, and you could actually have your parents co-sign on a loan for you without making a penny. You go off their income, and they can actually purchase a property for 3.5% down. So if you buy a home, say $100,000, all you have to do is put $3,500 down, have the seller pay for all the closing costs, which is amazing, and you can basically, in the Tempe, Scottsdale market, you could buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhome for about, $600 to $700 a month payment, and you could put 2 roommates in there, pay $350 each, and basically you could live there free, and run the entire, show for your parents. And once the market turns, you can sell it and cash in all the appreciation. So even though you are a college student, there's a few options for you to be able to purchase a home. Like
that sounds great. What if I just got a job and I want to qualify for a home?
For a home? Well, if you got a job, for instance, say you're making $30,000 a year, which out of college is, out here maybe the average, maybe a little bit below, maybe a little bit above. But the bottom line is, if you make $30,000 a year and you are a W-2 employee, which means you're not relying on commission or any other kind of pay structure, you do have a salary job and you're making $30,000 a year, you definitely could qualify for a home. Probably you would not want a high car payment, so you should always purchase a home anyway before you buy a car, because in the financing world it's easier to get a car loan after you purchase a house than to get a house loan after you purchase a car. So basically, if you have a job for $30,000, then you're right off the bat within 2 to 3, 4 weeks, you can definitely qualify for a loan. Like,
oh wow, that sounds great. Now let all my friends know that when they graduate college and get their first job, not to get a car loan, because they can probably qualify for a house loan.
Right, yeah, that's correct.
And then what if you were to start your own business? How would you qualify for a loan?
Oh, well, how it works, if you're starting your own business from scratch, and you didn't own anything previously in the same type of field, basically what happens is you are going to need 2 years of income, and the income has to be stated on your taxes. You used to, back in the day in 05, 06, when the market was crazy and all the lending was out of control, you would just go to your accountant and they would write a letter how much you make and you could qualify. That's not how it works anymore. You do have to have everything documented, and it is a 2-year average. So if the first year you make $20,000 and the next year you make $40,000, the bank will use a 2-year average, which would be $30,000 to qualify a loan. So it could be done, but you do need a 2-year history.
Oh, wow. Now, my friends were kind of confused on the whole process of buying a home. How does it actually work? What do you have to do first?
I see. So before you do anything, you want to speak with a lender. And I have a buddy that is a lender in my office that basically all we really need is how much you're making, your social security number, your name, your birth date, and your address. Once we have that, what we do is we put it into a system and we pull your credit. To get an FHA loan with 3.5% down, you need a score of 620, which isn't that great of a score. A good score would be in the 700s. So basically, if your score is not that great and you do have an income, we can still get you into a loan for 3.5% down. With the 3.5% down loan, you have you have primary mortgage insurance. So you actually have insurance on the loan that you pay every month because you're not putting much down, and it's a little riskier loan for the lender compared to somebody that's putting 20% down. That's kind of how that area works. But to get back from the beginning stage, so what you would do is you would speak with a lender, which I would get you connected to. That would be step one. They would pull your credit. Step two would be to get all your financial documents together, your W-2s or your taxes. Once we have those two things, we can qualify you within about 15 minutes. Once we qualify you, that means basically that the lender says you could get this certain amount of money for this particular home. So say, we'll go back to the $30,000 example, maybe $30,000 without any other debt, you could qualify for $150,000. So what the lender would do, they would look at your credit score, your finances, and actually give me an approval for $150,000. And then what we would do is I would send you over some listings that meet your criteria in the area you're looking, and look for a property. Just like when you rented a property, you looked at different places. It's the same thing as buying. You look at quite a few homes, you'd pick out a home that you like, and would put an offer in. So I would take that offer along with the contract that you signed, and we would submit it to the seller. If the seller took our offer, which sometimes they'll take it right off the bat, sometimes they'll counter offer, which means they'll come back, say you put an offer in for $150, and the purchase price is $160, maybe they'll come back for $155. So once you have a deal with the seller, what you'll do is you would put a down payment down. It's called earnest money. So that's probably it's 1% usually. So of a $150,000 house, you figure $1,500. So you would take that $1,500, you would take the contract, and you would send it to the title company with your client as the buyer's signatures as long as the seller's signatures. And now you actually have a deal. And in Arizona, what it is you have a 10-day inspection period. So during that 10-day time, what you will do is you would get a home inspector out to the property to make sure everything is in pretty decent condition. You would get a pest inspector also to make sure there's no termites or any dry rotting wood or any other kind of rodents or insects. And then the third would be the appraisal. So basically, once you have those three things taken care of, and the appraisal comes back at the purchase price and there aren't any surrounding issues, then basically you have a pretty solid deal. All the information will go to the lender. They'll get the loan documents together, and you'll go to the title company and sign all the paperwork, and you'll get a house. You'll get the keys. And that's really the whole process in purchasing a home. So now you guys all know about how to purchase a home, the different steps, and just want to be here for all your friends and family, because I will find them the best deal of all time. And if they are working with another agent, hopefully they know exactly what they're doing, because in today's market, you really have to be experienced and know how to deal with the different lenders and banks. So that's all I really have to say for today. Again, just add one of your good friends to like my page. You'll be in the raffle along with them, and have them email me that you referred them to me, and hopefully you'll win a $25 gift card of your choice, along with I'm also having, like I mentioned, the trip to Rocky Point. It'll be a 2-day trip, and I'm giving away 3 of those trips a year. So I'm here for everybody with all the real estate needs, and I'm the king of deals. Talk to you next week.